Okay, everyone ready?
Let's go.
Can I just wet the old whistle? Can't do that with fizzy drinks.
I went
It's a
straight.
silly mistake.
This is all going in the intro. Hello, geeks and geekettes, and welcome to another edition of the Geekstation podcast, where we talk movies, TV shows, games, and all things geeky. I am Sin, and as always, I am joined by my two good friends, David and Martin. Say hello, David and Martin.
Hello, David and Martin.
Yeah,
there we go.
Every week.
Every week.
We alternate it.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to inform Martin it was his turn by pointing at it this time.
Yeah.
No, that didn't happen.
I figured you forget who we are, so he might forget who we are.
That's
as
true.
Well.
That's true. Although hopefully not this week, but who knows?
We've
the
still got
the
an hour
day is
left.
still early. That's right. Yeah. How have you both been this week?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Very well. Very well.
Excellent. Good. And we've all watched The Defenders, as we'll be talking about it later on.
I know
Yes.
I did.
I did, yeah.
Jesus.
You didn't watch all of it.
I
though,
watched
did you?
5 episodes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It was a lot to ask, though. Like eight hours of TV, considering
It's not
he'd
even
never
8
watched
hours.
any of them.
It's like
But-
5.5.
It was
But
8
yeah,
hours.
No, it's probably, yeah.
40 minutes an episode.
Some
It was
some of
50
them are.
minutes.
So the last episode was 62 minutes long.
One of them was 44, and then
Yeah,
I think
they're always like
yeah.
that. They're always, yeah.
I
But anyway.
just guessed at 40.
But it was
didn't
good.
actually measure them.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was
Yeah.
very good.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, cool. Well, we'll
Yeah, we can delve into that.
we'll
I've got some things to say.
good.
Mm.
Well, hopefully, considering you're on a podcast and we're talking about it. If you didn't have anything to say, then the show would be pretty.
No, I
shit.
mean after we finish recording.
Oh right, okay,
Oh.
sure. Well, this has been the
Okay.
Geek Station. Thanks very much for tuning in.
Yeah.
So, as always, let's just delve right into the news first of all.
The
We'll
news.
talk about what's been happening this week. So the first thing, we'll start with some Justice League news. It's my favourite type of news
Oh,
because
very
every
topical.
week there is always something.
Yeah.
It's just getting a bit absurd now. But Ben Affleck has said that the Justice League is, I'm quoting here, an interesting product of two directors. Which,
Interesting product doesn't inspire confidence, I must say.
Like any troubled child, really, isn't it?
which is basically just like World War Z was the interesting product of 6-7 different studios over 10 years or something crazy. Like that turned out really well, that film. So
What was he?
yeah.
Brilliantly.
Don't get me started on that movie.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm still in two minds. There's all sorts of stuff
I'm
coming out about
optimistic.
this. I know. I'm surprised. I wish I could be optimistic about it.
Yeah.
I really do. But I just
You're a nihilist.
no. I've just seen every other DC film that's come out. So although I still haven't seen Wonder Woman, so apparently that is somewhat redeemable.
I wish I could tell you. I fell asleep.
You've had a sleep during it, yeah. Have you seen Wonder Woman, Martin? Is
No.
it even silly to ask?
No, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it, no.
No.
It's not a cartoon, so it's
No, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Way.
Ben
Whammy.
Affleck's brother, the infamous Casey Affleck,
Casey.
let slip during an interview that his brother won't be back as Batman after the Justice League film. And when they were like, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, he's not going to be back for it." And the interviewer was like, "Wait, what? He's not going to be back for it?" And then he apparently then just tried to sweep it under the carpet. And was like, "Oh no, I thought everyone knew. Let's talk about something else."
So in other words, he's just going to be Bruce Wayne.
Well, I don't think he's going to be back.
he's not gonna don the suit.
I just no.
Oh, God.
God, that would be a really boring Justice League 2, wouldn't it? No, I think it. The rumours are true that he won't be coming back for another film.
So they are or aren't.
He's not coming back.
He's not coming
He's
back.
not coming back. I mean, there's been talk that he's going to drop out anyway. That he's fed up with it. He doesn't want it. I think after BVS, I think he realised that there are some super hardcore fans out there, and they just didn't like his interpretation, which isn't necessarily his interpretation. It's the Zack Snyder interpretation, but he's been on, he's going to direct the Batman, then he's not going to be in the Batman, and then this, that, and the other. And considering that the first Flash movie is Flashpoint, the story of Flashpoint.
Yeah, I know it's Flashpoint.
So I think they're probably going to use that to do like a soft reboot of the entire universe. Get rid of some of the actors,
Wow.
bring back new ones,
Do you reckon
Right.
this is all spawned from the sad Affleck?
I think it is. I think it has been. And And he is a good Batman. I think he does play a very good Batman, but I think he's been dragged through the mud a little bit.
Yeah.
But mainly because of BVS, which the less we talk about, the better. So
The thing is, no one really had any bad things to say about him.
No, well, that's it. No,
Especially in this instance.
I think he's just fed up.
Yeah, I think so. And I think he probably
yeah.
would have directed a good Batman film as well if the studio had let him. But just DC just don't know what they're doing with these films.
Yeah, it seems to be a shit show. I
really
don't
is.
blame him for getting out, to be honest.
Exactly. Get out as fast as you can.
Mm-hmm.
They've just been trying to run before they walked.
Yeah, exactly.
They were like, as soon as Marvel obviously took off, and they're like, right, we're going to hit the ground running, start a universe. You can't just start a universe. The same thing that happened with the Mummy.
The Mummy. Oh, yeah.
They tried to hit a universe straight away. It's not going to work.
Although I think that was also mainly down to Tom Cruise as well. I mean, I don't know. What do I know? I'm just the podcaster. But,
True. Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm not surprised that he's not going to be back. And it'll be nice. They could replace him. And it may not even be, he may retire and then they could let like Nightwing or something like that to come back.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Bring in Casey Affleck as Nightwing.
Casey, that's what I was thinking when you said his name. I was like,
that would be good. That would be interesting for sure. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. There's been some concept art for Mega City 1. This is the Dread series that we were talking about last week. That Carl Urban. Have you checked the show notes? Did you look on the show notes? Did you see the concept art I posted?
I didn't actually see that.
Okay, well let me with the amazing power of the internet. Let me just bring this up now. Look, boom.
Can I just want to say something following on from last week's episode.
Yeah, go for it.
I said that I didn't know anything Carl Urban had been in since Dread. Completely forgetting the Star Trek movies.
Yeah, that it was funny because so did I completely.
Yeah, as soon as I walked out the house, I was like,
"Yeah,
you're fucking."
And I realised it last week, and suddenly realised that I actually think he's one of the best parts of those Star Trek movies as well. So I know it's crazy, isn't it? But it's
because he didn't have a mask on. That's what it was.
Yes, that was it. You only recognised him from the kind of the nose down. Yeah, I mean he doesn't, or without wearing a crazy.
Like all my
wig.
leading men, I only recognise the chin.
Yeah.
Sure. So there's been some concept art for Mega City 1. It looks good. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a CG fest, but I suppose
Definitely.
it's always going to be because there isn't a Mega City 2 filming. So I'm quite excited about it, actually. I mean, it'll probably end up coming out next year.
I can't see the screen.
Oh, have you not checked the show?
I did, but...
See, I take the effort.
Dude, I was like... I wasn't even in the... Well, I was in the county.
Yeah.
And I was away.
You were away. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks all right. It looks good. That's
No,
all
I
you
did
need
look
to
at
know.
them. I just can't remember.
No, it's fine. I would turn the
Vividly.
screen around, but then there'd probably be noise and it would hit the microphones. And, we're trying to do a professional podcast here.
Just
You know
blame
what I
it
mean?
on Martin.
Well, no, Martin can see it because he can look at the
I've
screen.
seen that, yeah.
Anyway, let's move on. This is my favourite bit of news this week. I absolutely love this. So, James Bond has a release date of November the 8th. And this news came out on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
That James Bond 25, his 25th film, has a release date of November the 8th, 2019, with no star attached, no script, no director, and no studio ready to publish it yet. And Daniel Craig said, yeah, no, I'm probably not going to do it. I'm not too sure. And then Wednesday came round and he was like, yeah, no, I'm definitely doing it. So he's finally confirmed that he's going to be in the new Bond
I think
film.
the briefcase full of money took a while to get to him.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
He's like waiting for the check to clear.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know. Hit refresh.
Yeah.
Refresh.
I'm in that
Still
West
not enough
app.
zeros.
There's a bit of a Chandler Bing moment where he's on the phone. He's like, "Stop quoting numbers! Stop! No. Okay, yeah, I'll be on Monday." So he is going to be back for one last time
In 2 years' time.
Yeah, 2 years
Do you
time.
reckon they're going to finally kill off
it.
James Bond?
Sorry,
Do you reckon they're going to finally kill off James Bond?
I don't know, but do you know what there is talk about now? And these could just be internet rumors, but there's talk of a female James Bond. So James Bond being just a
Jamie Bond?
Well, no, just being like a code
Jeanette
name.
Bond.
Oh yeah. Why? Yeah.
Which
That's
kind of
007.
makes
Yeah, we-
sense.
we
But
discussed
that 007, I don't know. So, because they want to do all these spin-off movies, and maybe they'll do a female James Bond. But I'm just thinking, don't do that. Just have like 008, and just do a 008 film, but 008 is a female. Because not all the 00 agents have to be men, do they? That makes perfect sense.
The way they could kind of play it is like 006 only does one set of things. 007 is obviously the one that does all the
like a
hardcore
specialism.
stuff. So, but there's obviously like 5 or 6 of them
Yeah,
that
sure.
kind of go around.
I mean, I think that's a good thing to explore in movies. I think that'd be good. But but I'm not a massive fan of Daniel Craig's Bond. I don't think he's a very good. He was good in Casino Royale.
Yeah.
I mean,
2-hour long poker.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And
but don't get me wrong, I love the movie.
Yeah, no, it's good. But I just think he's just too. I mean, maybe it's not just him. Maybe it is the whole film and the new franchise as well. But he's just too brooding. Like I want it back to all out action, over the top action. Like, I mean, what was it? Die Another Day, Pierce Brosnan's last one. Was that his last one?
Pigeon does a double take.
Yeah, but also there's a giant laser that shoots down into the Korean DMZ and blows up the minefield. I mean, come on, there's an invisible car in that. And
screenwriting genius.
That's what Bond is about, but maybe not. I don't know.
2017, is it going to work anymore?
No, to be fair, after obviously Daniel Craig does the last one, we're kind of in the zone at the moment with everything's kind of like realistic, gritty and dark. So we don't know what it's going to be like in 5, 6, 7 years when the one comes out after.
That's true.
Daniel Craig.
Well, that's it, and you're absolutely right. They are still in the gritty remake mode. Yeah. So maybe they will. I don't know. Films might take another turn. Who knows? But it's all Batman Begins still, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all like, how can we make this character dark and
because everything started doing that.
Yeah, it should have gone gritty without having him being so broody though. Like it's really boring after a couple of Bond films with Daniel Craig like that.
Well, that's what I mean, and then that's why I think Quantum of Solace just failed miserably because it was, and Spectre as well.
I still haven't seen Spectre.
I was so up for that. Christoph Waltz, I was like, he is a Bond villain as a person.
Exactly,
that should work.
And it was awful. The best bit of it was the opening 5 minutes, which was all one shot. It's very, very artistic. But yeah, no, I'm not a massive fan. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. Daniel Craig will be back as James Bond, November the 8th, 2019. Set your calendars now.
I'm not allowed my phone out. You've told us we can't get it out on the recording.
There's a strict ban on phones, Sin.
You told me to leave it outside.
Make a mental note.
Not outside the room.
Record
outside
it later.
The flat.
Outside. I did these lies, big fat lies. Anyway,
I was picking on my weight.
Let's move on to Marvel. So Nick Fury, played by the amazing Samuel L. Isn't in Avengers 3 and 4, which I think is frankly disgraceful. But he's
serious.
Yeah, no, I am. It's terrible. But he's not in it. Or Black Panther. And apparently, the story of Captain Marvel, we were talking about this a couple of weeks, is going to be all about how he lost his eye and all of this. He hasn't seen a script. He hasn't signed on to anything. And no one's actually told him that it's happening.
Have they started recording? They haven't started
recording. No, not at all. I think it's in pre-production at the moment. Yeah. But they're going to start filming next year. And normally you'd get a star on.
He would be the first person to get on board.
But he's saying he hasn't signed anything. He's already signed a contract for X amount of movies.
Yeah, no, well,
they can just ring a bell.
No, but I think that finished with Avengers 2. I think a lot of their contracts finished with Avengers 2, and they all got then renewed for another. But apparently his hasn't. So he's like, everyone's like going up to him, like, "Oh, are you really looking forward to Captain Marvel?" And he's like,
"Is that Captain what?"
Yeah, I can't wait to see it on release date.
So I mean, come on, guys, it's Samuel L. You've got to get him in early, otherwise he'll be booked up. But he'll be part of it, obviously.
Hopefully.
Unless they cast a younger Nick Fury, which is the other option, is to maybe...
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah, sure, yes, Tom Hardy. No, he can't do it because he's doing Venom, isn't he? He's already signed on to a different...
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, they could get Pierce Brosnan.
I don't know, I'm just naming people you've just spoken about.
Well,
Daniel Craig.
I think Nick Fury was originally white in the comics anyway.
Wait, was he?
Yeah, or maybe he was black and then he went white and then he went back to black again.
Actually, designed it on Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, the new ones they did
the original
since,
one.
But the new ones since 2008, yes. So but earlier than that, Nick Fury's been around since like the 60s.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was a white.
I thought originally white.
Yeah.
I thought they based it on his likeness like way before they even started making movies.
Oh well, I mean maybe when he went black, which I think like late 90s, early noughties. I think I don't.
I'm not very good at reading, so I might have misread it.
No, I haven't. I've read very few comics, so I don't know. But yeah, so I mean that's just quite interesting. It's just a little insight into how he'll get signed on. I'm sure he'll be in it. I'm sure he will. Paul Bettany, so the Vision and the voice of Jarvis, has confirmed that he's in Avengers 4. Which is interesting because obviously he has an Infinity Stone in his forehead, so he's obviously going to survive the Infinity Gauntlet. And
They said he was in it.
Sorry,
could just be his voice.
Well, he could be back as Jarvis, possibly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I just think that's quite because it's obviously it's Jarvis, and then he gets turned into the Vision. So is he then gonna get turned back into an AI? Is he going to survive? As I say, I mean, what happens when you take the Infinity Stone out of his head? Does he lose his powers? Who knows? Yeah. But I just think it throws up some interesting,
feeble old man.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But
just like Tin Man from fucking. What's that girl that taps her feet together?
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
The Vision's going to turn into Tin Man. Yeah, okay. That would be interesting. So that's like his heart.
Yeah.
You just take that away, and sure. That's an interesting.
That's a good theory.
You should pitch that to somebody.
I already have.
You have. Avengers 4.
I'm wearing a gold suit. Can you tell? The money came
that's
through.
That's why my eyes were hurting so much. The light reflecting off it. Yeah. I didn't notice it. Yeah. Gosh, now
24 carat.
Now you've said it, I can't stop looking at it.
I get that all the time.
Okay, so this is I say breaking news. It was breaking news like yesterday, maybe late Friday night.
Broken news.
So broken news. Apparently they are in early development for a standalone Obi-Wan Kenobi film. Mm. This is something that's been rumoured heavily. Everybody's been asking for it. Nobody really wanted a Han Solo film, but they all just wanted the Obi-Wan. Mm-hmm. Ewan McGregor has repeatedly said over the years that he will definitely come back and do it. And apparently now they are in talks with a director. So
that sounds fun. Yeah. So what's that going to be after the ninth Star Wars film?
That's right, yeah. So you've got The Last Jedi this year. Then you've got Han Solo next year. Then you've got the final Star Wars film coming out in May 2019.
Is that in May?
That's in May, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then this film is rumoured. Disney have put a slot for a Christmas release 2020. So that's probably when this will come out.
Star Wars on ice.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan on ice.
Yeah,
I'm down. Ewan McGregor skating around with a lightsaber. Yeah. No, I'd watch it.
Yeah, you'd watch it.
It's going to be better than bloody Justice League. Yeah, so there we go. So that's quite exciting. Ron Howard tweeted a photo. The internet went absolutely mad over this photo. So he tweeted a photo of the Imperial Navy helmet. So that's the ones that you see in the Death Star. And they've got kind of like the dome-shaped head. And it was like a helmet on a dashboard that looked very much like the Death Star. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, the Death Star's going to be in the Han Solo film. Until like all the super fans came out and was like, no, that's just what the Imperial Navy wears. Like that's what pilots wear. Yeah. It's like their uniform.
It's just a helmet.
Yeah. Calm down. But that would be quite interesting if the Death Star was in the Han Solo film, because it would mess with the timelines a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking the Han Solo film is set before Episode 4.
Well, yeah,
a couple of decades.
It's a young Han Solo, isn't it?
Oh, okay, so it's well before that.
Yeah, because Lando, obviously, probably like mid-40s.
Well,
I guess. In obviously the fourth one.
I suppose fourth film now.
So obviously, Donald Glover's like
that's it.
Early 30s, I think.
Yeah. So they're all young men and young people. But then we don't know, because this is the thing, right? So we know that it took about 5 years or so to build the second Death Star, because obviously they built it between episodes 4 and 6. Yeah, Jesus, it's bloody timelines. Too many films. Just wait until there's another trilogy in like 25 years' time, and there'll be then 12 films. It'll just be crazy. But so we don't know how long they were building it for, because there's the end of the prequel, the end of Revenge of the Sith. There's the bit where Darth Vader's on the bridge, isn't there?
And there's like
Star
a
Destroyer, and you see like the little they start building it there, and that obviously took 16, 17 years to build. So, because presumably we assume that Luke is between 16 and 18 in the New Hope.
Yeah.
So it could well be.
It does make sense.
It could have built part of it. Who knows?
I'm just trying to think of how young Jyn Erso was in Rogue One when her dad got taken.
Oh yeah.
Because she was probably 11 or something like that.
So that was maybe 10 years.
She would have been about 26, 27.
Something like that, yeah.
So you're talking 15
So the timelines would line up.
Obviously, it would have been planning for ages and then building.
Yeah, that's it.
Planning permission and all that.
That's it. Yeah, well, yeah. You're building a giant moon, aren't you?
Yeah, come on.
You need to get some committee involved with that, aren't you, really?
Not when you are the Senate.
That's true, actually. Yeah, well, you are the Senate. Oh, no, because he didn't dissolve the Senate until the beginning of A New Hope, did he?
Oh, yeah.
Because that moment where Tarkin walks in and goes, the Emperor's dissolved the Senate. And then they all go crazy, and then Darth Vader does his thing.
He chokes him.
That's right. And everyone's like, oh my gosh!
Yeah.
That's my impression of everybody that's ever seen Star Wars A New Hope. Yeah, just like that.
I was bang on.
Pretty spot on, yeah.
Thanks. What else have I got here? Oh, yeah, okay. George Lucas, this made me giggle. George Lucas, obviously having sold Lucasfilm and THX and all those things for billions and billions, just piles and piles of cash.
What a guy.
Still gives advice to the current president of Lucasfilm on Star Wars films, but on one thing particular, and this is the Jedi. So apparently he still sends her emails, calls her up every now and then and is like, what would be really good if, when the Jedi are training, this is what they did and stuff like that. Which presumably she then just ignores.
Yeah, it's like when your dad calls up and it's like, exactly. That's a great idea. I don't think it's gonna make the cut though. It's great. It's George. It's great stuff, honestly.
But it's just like he just can't let. I mean, bless him, he can't let it go.
It's fair enough.
Which I understand, but it makes me giggle. Yeah. Just the thought of George Lucas just calling.
Is it like he just gives them like notes on the dailies that they send him? Maybe.
Well, maybe. I don't even think he'll get the dailies.
I don't think he'd have that kind of pull anymore.
No, he doesn't. That's what I think. So even though she's confirmed that she still has conversations with George about the Jedi, she didn't confirm that she acknowledges them, does anything with them, or anything like that.
I still talk to my parents on Christmas.
Yeah.
And I say that I speak to them and see them.
Yeah.
It's just on Christmas.
That's right. Yeah.
But I still see and speak to them.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Is the answer to that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, we got there in the end. Yeah.
I would have thought the notes would have been on Jar Jar. He'd be like, look, we really need to bring Jar Jar back.
Yeah, this is where Jar Jar's story was going.
Jar Jar.
No, because Jar Jar's, I'm sure I mentioned this on a podcast before, but Jar Jar's story has now been told in full. So there was a book that was released that tells the story of, a young rebel soldier or something, but he goes to some planet and a town, and he hears word of this creature that comes out to entertain the kids and beg for food and stuff like this, and he meets him, and it's not implicitly said that it's called Jar Jar, but he talks like, oh, Misa this and Misa that and all of that, and it's like Jar Jar's character has been reduced to begging on the streets of Naboo. Like I just think that's
brilliant.
That's
a step up from what I wanted.
Well, yeah, I mean, short of being dead, I suppose that's the best.
I want them to do to him what they did to William Wallace.
What, hung, drawn, quarter? Yeah,
the whole.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's some serious hate for Jar Jar there. Yeah. I've never really understood the massive hate for Jar Jar.
It's just really annoying, I think. I don't wish harm upon him so much.
I didn't think he was that bad.
I just don't like his nose.
No, okay, fair enough. Sure, you've got to think about noses.
Yeah,
apparently so.
Nosist.
Where are we? Okay. So some Walking Dead news. So 3 current producers of The Walking Dead, 1 ex-producer, and obviously the creator of the series, Robert Kirkman himself, are currently suing AMC over profits for The Walking Dead. So this follows on from the numerous lawsuits that AMC are currently having. And basically it all stems from, it's about that AMC underestimated or underpublished the profits of The Walking Dead by about $300 million. And it's all because it's produced by AMC Studios and then released by AMC Cable, or whatever, I don't know what their official names are, but they're 2 separate entities under the same umbrella.
Okay.
So therefore you can reduce the costs and
say
they just went,
that costs
actually,
X amount.
Yeah.
They actually do.
And the producers have got wind of this and they're like, well, can we have our share, please? Because obviously they get a share of the profits because they're helping making it. And if the company's making internal profits and not actual profits.
It's like a company paying itself.
Basically, that's it. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's not going to... It's weird because the 3 current producers are currently producing the show. And apparently this thing goes on in Hollywood, TV, film all the time.
Yeah.
But it's just mad. I mean, It
goes on in all business. Well, not all business, but it can.
Yeah.
Any business can do it.
But I just feel like, because Robert Kirkman's got involved now as well, there must actually be some substance to it, because he's thinking actually like, well, I want my fair share of this franchise that I single-handedly created.
Yeah, that does make sense. I suppose unless they were just like, hey, you get a paycheck, and they're explicit about that, rather than being like, hey, you're going to get a percentage of our sales.
When you do percentages, people get greedy.
But this is
not greedy, but
you say that, but this is what a lot of the lawyers for AMC are saying now, is that actually they're saying that, well, this happens all the time, particularly when a show is successful. You're like, well, actually, you owe me this much money, not that much money, and I don't know. I mean, we're talking about money that we can only dream of, really.
Yeah.
Hey, so I've already sold my screenplay.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
see my gold suit.
Yeah, yes, I can see it. It's very shiny. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Did you watch it, Martin?
No, I wrote on the notes though that it got leaked.
You did. I saw that. That was your little
like,
addition to it. Nice. I expanded it slightly.
Yeah, I was going to say it needed more.
So 2 things happened this week's Game of Thrones. So first of all, 4 people were arrested over the HBO India leak, which leaked the Spoils of War episode, which was the episode we were talking about last week, the Holy Fuck episode. So that's that's good to see that people are happening. But they decided that they would leak their own episode this week. On HBO Spain and HBO Nordic, this week's episode was released. It was online for 10 minutes, and then they took it down. And of course, that episode is now available in high quality. In the world of the internet. Do you know how long
it took to get up, like on a high quality download?
No,
so long.
Yeah,
because apparently the whole of Spain don't know how to record TV.
Right.
They don't know how to record it on
the whole of Spain in general.
Because it took hours for anything to even go online.
Oh, right. Okay.
It obviously came out that it has been leaked.
Yeah, because it was. This is the thing. It was released a really super low quality version of it, but somehow they managed to get a high quality version.
Yeah, some guy I think streamed on his Facebook.
Right.
He streamed it on his Facebook.
Okay.
But that was a poor quality. Didn't know how to record him streaming it separately. Because obviously he was shut down. I see.
Yeah, sure.
And then
someone else did it.
Someone else tried to do it on their phone, but they were talking to their family and everything when they were watching it, laughing and everything like that. And yeah, it was just a mess for hours, and then it finally went up.
Yeah. So I don't
know if people they recorded it and sat on it for a bit.
Well, I don't know.
I'd imagine
there's been spoilers all over the Tinterweb this week on Facebook and stuff, and I have avoided them. I haven't seen a single one, fortunately. But yeah, so they just really need to get their shit together, HBO, unless it's all happening deliberately.
There's some big old
just hyping stuff.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised. This season's only 8 episodes long, something like that.
Let's be honest.
So,
you really need to hype up.
But this is what I mean. You don't, do you? So it's just stop it, because it happens every bloody year. Sort it out, HBO. Jesus. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, apparently, and this is something else I heard as well, that they have filmed the next season already as well. They film back to back, apparently. So if that's the case, expect next season to be leaked by the end of the year.
Yeah, November.
So I don't know. I mean, and the thing is, if it was leaked, if the whole last series was leaked, I would watch it. Because I'm not waiting a bloody year to watch the final 7 episodes.
If the whole thing was released, leaked, you'd have to.
Of course,
you couldn't.
No,
you couldn't go on the internet until after.
Yeah, literally, you just wouldn't be anywhere on the internet.
We'd have to stop recording this.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Hopefully, I've got fingers crossed for that, because as I say, I don't really want to wait another year. But anyway, so there's been a couple of people injured. And unfortunately, sadly, one person has died while filming a stunt in Deadpool 2. A female stunt driver died in a motorcycle accident.
Apparently it's her first movie as well.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. She was. So
That's terrible.
We were talking literally 2 weeks ago about another stunt person.
Yeah, The Walking Dead.
It's just, we forget, and I said this last time, we forget that these guys are actually doing dangerous stuff. We watch films and we're like, oh yeah, cool, look at that explosion, look at that guy on fire, look at that guy falling out the building or whatever, and
there is a human cost.
It's actually dangerous. I mean, it is. It's absolutely crazy. On a slightly lighter topic I say lighter topic, this just made me laugh again. Tom Cruise has broken his ankle while doing a stunt on Mission Impossible 6.
Did you see the video of it?
No, I haven't. Oh, yeah. No, there's a video?
Yeah, no. Yeah. I saw that before he found out he broke his ankle, because that came out before. He was jumping from one building top to another.
Right.
He was supposed to come up short and then put himself over, but he hit the side of the building wrong, and I think that's where he did his ankle. And he pulled himself up and then hobbled around for a bit, and then tried to jump back to obviously go. That's where he was to start the shoot again, and he couldn't physically pull himself up because he was in that much pain, and he had 3 people pull him over the edge.
He's crazy. He really just needs to, I don't know, tone it down a little bit. He's an old man now. He's
breaking his ankle.
He's 65 or something.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that old, but
I think he might be. I don't know. Should we find out? We've got the power of the internet.
I think the 50s.
You reckon?
Let's have a guess.
I'm going to go 58.
Oh, I was going to say 57.
I was going to say 56.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go. So
All right.
how old is Tom?
Line him up.
To be fair, are we going to know how old he is? Is he going to? Is it?
He's a lizard man.
It just says unknown.
Does it? What on? I bet it does. Oh, he's 55 years old.
Hey, I win.
David wins. What do you win? Another gold suit.
Another gold suit. Yeah.
Brilliant.
How do you get those things dry cleaned?
I just buy a new
You
one.
don't. You just.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
how much
wow.
money I've
money
got.
all
bags.
the money you've got.
Wow.
And that's pretty much it for this week. It was a slow week for the news this week, if I'm honest.
Slow news week.
Slow news week. It was. That wasn't very. I mean, no, it was exciting. BoJack Horseman is coming out in 3 weeks. They've just confirmed that new series. You're
Series
BoJack's-
3?
Series 4.
Oh, okay.
You're BoJack Horseman. I know you're not, but are you?
I've seen a bit of it.
Yeah. Oh, honestly.
It's, I don't know, it doesn't really... People have told me it's like the drama of it is much better than it being like a comedy, funny thing.
It's really... Like, there's an entire episode which basically deals with depression, and it's with him underwater, and that you just don't talk at all in the entire episode. It's just completely silent. It's really good. If it wasn't about a talking horse in a world where talking animals exist in the same way that humans exist, it would be a really good drama.
Yeah.
But
a lot more people would listen to it, I suppose.
Or watch it.
Listen to the message.
That's right. Listen to the message.
Listen to the
Nice,
message
good
of the
save,
horseman.
Good
Good save.
save.
Yeah,
Good
good
save.
save.
So yeah, anyone else have anything else to add? There's nothing else on the show notes, so I assume that neither of you have got anything else to add.
No.
No.
Nothing. Can't
No,
remember.
well, it's not really news. It's just a fun little tidbit I found out.
Good, please share with the group.
During the filming of Dunkirk,
Oh yeah.
Christopher Nolan strapped an IMAX camera to an aeroplane. It wasn't like a working aeroplane, but like they built an aeroplane, strapped an IMAX camera into it, shot it in the air,
Yeah.
and then recorded it crashing into the water.
Wow.
It went wrong.
Right.
It was supposed to crash into the water and float,
Right.
but it took on water and sank.
And sunk. So he lost another IMAX camera.
He didn't lose it.
Right.
Miraculously. Basically, it was underwater for 9 minutes.
Okay.
Divers went down, got it, but they couldn't, because obviously it was on film, you can't just open it up because it will overexpose and everything like that. They had to drain it,
Right.
send it to America
Right.
for them to then open it up into the right lab and everything, and it was perfect.
No way.
Wow.
The film was, if it had been on Dutch, if it had been done on digital,
Oh,
would've
right,
failed.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, there you go. That's
Nolan knows.
that is the argument for the film versus digital. When you crash a plane into the sea,
Yep.
your
When you
footage
strap a
won't get
£100,000
destroyed.
camera,
At least
to a plane.
100,000, I'm sure. It's
Was the camera fine, though?
I think he gets discount because he buys like 6 or
Martin
7
wants
at
to
the
know about
time.
the actual camera, though. Was
Yeah.
the camera okay?
Yeah, camera's fine.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Unreal.
Unreal. Perfect. Well, there you go.
I know the scene that is as well. Have you guys seen it yet?
No. Because I've been busy with other stuff. I have a life. I don't
Yeah.
just sit here in this room podcasting and making
Well,
YouTube videos all day.
I
mean, I
do.
wish I did, but
Well, I mean, you look pretty comfy.
thanks. I am. I'm wearing my comfy
gym
trousers
jams
today
are
as well.
really
My
nice.
Superman gym jams.
Yeah.
Very comfy. I tell you.
Yeah, dippy against soldiers and desk as well.
Got what? Sorry.
Dippy against soldiers.
Yeah, that's what that. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have that later for dinner. Then the girlfriend is working nights, so I'm going to be eating on my own. So I think I'm going to have some. I'm going to have a boiled egg and soldiers. That sounds awesome.
That is
What
nutritious.
have I done?
Yeah.
This guy loves eggs and soldiers.
Anyway, let's not talk about my eating habits. Let's move on to the main feature today, which is The Defenders. So The Defenders is the new Marvel Netflix television series. Series.
Well, Sean.
That was released on Friday morning, our time anyway, 8 o'clock Friday morning. And stars Jessica Jones, obviously not stars, these are the character names.
Kirsten Ritter.
Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke
Charlie
Cage,
Cox.
and
What's Luke Cage's
Iron
name?
Fist.
Luke.
Luke.
The actor.
I think it may actually be Luke.
No, it's not. One of them's called Carl and one of them's something else as well.
So professional right here at Geekstation Towers. We
I
know
thought you were the
everything.
Uh,
guy, David.
Hey, I've got a gold suit. I don't need to
But
remember
yeah,
their
that's
names.
true, yeah.
I'm not prepared for this.
But what we're going to do is we're going to split the discussion into two halves, although probably one half will be slightly bigger than the other, so kind of more 3/4 and 1/4. We'll talk about completely spoiler free, and then we'll do a deep delve into spoilers. So Martin, you've only seen the first
5.
5 episodes, so we're going to spoil the ending horribly for you.
Spoil the ending,
because
do
I
it.
need to talk about the ending. So let's just go spoiler free first of all. So what did you guys think of it first of all?
I liked it.
So you haven't seen Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, or anything?
I've seen I think most of the first series of Daredevil.
Right.
When I watched that, I was like, this is cool, but some of the, I don't know, it feels kind of, I didn't want to say the word without saying the word, but amateurish. It feels like the production value isn't quite there.
This is only Daredevil
series 1. This is like, their sort of first foray into doing this TV thing.
I kind of get that. It didn't have a bigger budget as the other shows, I think. It was their first foray into it.
Yeah, and it's like, because they're obviously being a TV show, they have to sort of strike almost like a drama tone with it most of the time. I felt like that was largely gone from this. I feel like they really look like they know what they're doing throughout having done all these other shows.
From the opening scene, actually, I was like, oh, wow, okay. They've put some time, money, and effort into this. I thought,
Yeah. It looks really good. I think the way they set up as well, for me as someone who doesn't necessarily know the characters, I know of them and their powers and stuff, but they set up really well and just set the characters out.
The first two episodes is really kind of like, it's almost like an extension of the end of each of the series.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of continues their story. So were you able to... Did you feel as though by the time you got to like episode 3, 4...
I feel like the end of the first episode, you pretty much know all the characters sufficiently.
That's good.
I mean, there's mentions of other things, like the end of their stuff.
Oh yeah, all really through it, there's nods to the other series.
Yeah, I mean, it picks up really nicely. I mean, in parts, like the bit where I'm at, the sort of Murdoch, there's a nod to him, stick guy. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't either remember or know that. And I was like, that's cool. The sort of interlocking bits of it, it's quite nice. And I thought it looked really good as well, especially like the first 2 episodes. It was like really weird. Like they loved panning the camera around the room, like in a 360 motion, like throughout those first 2 episodes a lot. It's
actually kind of almost a trope. Not Jessica Jones or Luke Cage, but definitely Daredevil season 1 and 2. I think they had the same showrunner, and I think that showrunner is the guy that run this as well.
Okay.
There's lots of like there's quite a famous fight scene infamous, whatever you want to say, in the first series of Daredevil where it's all just one shot. It's not quite one shot. You can tell where they cut it, but they do like those kind of just sweeping shots where it's and they look cool. They do.
Exactly. It's the dynamic sort of nature of it that adds to the superhero element and all of that.
So you enjoyed it, or you've enjoyed what you've watched so far?
I've enjoyed what I've watched so far. I think pacing wise, some points it does sort of drop a bit, but not enough for me to be like,
it's a lot quicker though than the other series.
Yeah.
Sure. It's like the 8 episodes, because I mean all the other series, they're 13 episodes long. They don't need to be 13 episodes long. So they told a story in 8 episodes, and it's just relentless.
It moves non-stop. Really quickly.
That's it, which is great. It's really good to watch it.
But I think that's why when it does sort of slow down a little bit, it's quite noticeable.
Sure.
Oh, this is
kind of let you catch your breath a bit.
Yeah,
to an extent.
But then when it does slow down though, I just did feel like it was a bit like, really? Can we just get back to them beating people up, please?
They got to spread the money out there, don't you?
Yeah, well that's it. So what did you think of it, David?
I really enjoyed it. One of my favorite parts about the series in a whole was the first few episodes. Is that for each character, because obviously they had their own little arc at the beginning.
Yeah.
And each of their scenes were shot in the same style
as the show.
They did.
So the same color palette.
Yeah. So like Luke Cage kind of had like this almost like yellow,
like a warmish.
Like I'm out of prison now. I'm feeling good about myself, new life, and all of that. Yeah. And the Murdoch scenes were all very still dark and grimy and gritty. And I would that.
And obviously, Jessica Jones was kind of
She's got like
kind of grey
bits, sort of at the start of scenes and stuff like that. Was what I picked up.
Oh, what you mean? Like when it was like shot through like a pinhole?
Yeah, something like that. It's like really overexposed. Yeah.
No, it was. It was good.
That's what I really enjoyed about it. And like they kind of like started it like that, so they all had the like specific ways that they were going to shoot each part.
Yeah.
And then as they started coming together, all the colors came like met at a mutual point, which I thought was really good.
Yeah.
It definitely gave it just a different dynamic, didn't it? A different kind of way to view it all, because you could just bring them all in and it's all the same. And then you're right. And then episode 3, 4, when they come together, it's kind of like it forms a whole.
Yeah.
Yes, like Yeah.
I think it's really clever as well because there's going to be some people that have seen Daredevil, haven't seen Jessica Jones.
Yes.
There's going to be people that have seen Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, but not Daredevil.
And not Iron Fist or whatever, yeah.
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 So each person, like, obviously, when you've only seen certain parts, you get familiarity to the series as a whole because you kind of like focus on like, the Jessica Jones was like really grey and mauve colours. And then you kind of warm into it that way, and then when other people come in, so it's not really jarring that you go straight from like the tone of Jessica Jones, for example. I keep referring that one because it's the most recent one I saw. So
have you not seen Iron Fist yet?
I've seen half of it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
because I felt like you needed to see not you didn't need to, but like Daredevil and Iron Fist were the two biggest influences of the story.
I think in terms of the plot, like,
that's
especially
it.
Iron Fist is the way,
and they really are. Like, I mean, because like the end of Daredevil season 2 was Elektra. Like that was all about Elektra
and Punisher
and her death. Well, no, it was the Punisher, but. That was the Punisher was like the main storyline, but then the series ended with the Hand storyline, and he saw the big hole, and all of that, and you're like, what's this big hole? And then of course it's revealed in the Defenders and stuff. So and then Iron Fist, you met Bakudo in Iron Fist and things like that, and you saw a little, and it just they were the two that if you were going to see any, I would say watch Daredevil and Iron Fist just to get the full story.
Yeah,
because there's nothing really from Jessica Jones or Luke Cage.
Well, Jessica Jones was all Killjoy.
It was
Kilgrave.
Kilgrave, yeah. But also Luke Cage, because that was where Luke Cage was introduced. So I really like what they've done. They've all these storylines have. I mean, they must have been thinking about this for years.
Yeah, they had to.
Because this didn't happen by mistake. That they just went, "Oh, these shows have been really popular. Let's make it Defenders." Like it's all been building to this point, which
it's really interesting to see how they've treated this in a TV sense, rather like we've seen it in the Avengers. They've brought them together as films, and seeing the way they've done that, obviously nailed it. Can they pull it off on this? Like as you say, with the stars and that coming together, like they've done it in a very different way, and I think it's really come off.
Yeah, and also like so they didn't really get together until the
they just
end of
happened
episode
to be
3
in the same place.
It's episode 3 and 4 are my two favorite episodes of the entire series. They were really good, but it didn't feel in episode 1 and 2 like. I mean, my girlfriend was like, "Come on, I just want them to meet. Come on, let's get them to meet." But it didn't feel as though they were dragging it out. Like it all felt organic.
I thought it was the right pace.
That's right. It felt like it was building to a good point. Like if it had gone on for another episode, then I may have just gone, "Oh, come on."
Well, looking at like the end of episode 2 is when they start to really sort of touch base.
Yeah,
because that's when I thought that was a really good moment. It's in the trailer, isn't it? When Murdoch comes into the investigation room with Jessica Jones.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, well, that's when they all start. He crosses paths with her first, and then Luke Cage sees
Danny.
like Jessica Jones, and then like they all start, but they're not together yet. And it was just a really good bit of writing. I thought it was really well put together. What did we think to Sigourney Weaver as the big bad? Now, obviously, you haven't seen it all the way through, but what do you think?
I don't know. I'm kind of split. Like, I kind of liked it, but at the same time, I don't think she carried the role very well.
No, it was interesting because I thought she came across like very powerful. Like you could tell that she was powerful, and I loved in the first couple of episodes how Madame Gao was very deferential to her, and that's like and having seen the other series with Madame Gao in, that was a huge shock. It was like, oh, she's in charge.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought she was just like a random servant or something.
Well, that's what we're thinking.
She's
and then,
one of the fingers.
But there were other moments, you're right, where she did seem a bit. Well, we'll talk about it in spoilers later on. But she almost seemed a bit weak and almost not that same powerful. But then in the same scene, she'd go from being that to being like, I don't know.
It just seemed a bit jarring in some places.
Yeah,
and like she carried some parts of the role really well, and then some parts of it I kind of felt she fell a bit flat. But I don't know if that's just kind of the angle she was going on, because there's stuff that's going on with her in the show. So I don't know if kind of the angle that she was going for.
Sure, yeah, okay, yeah.
And it maybe just didn't quite hit with me.
I've got some stuff to say in spoilers because I was a bit disappointed at the end with her character. But
I was going to say where I'm at the moment, I'm pretty impressed with what she's done.
Yeah,
at the point I'm at as well, she's starting to lose power, and it's
for me. Well, this is the thing, right? So for me, I think the first 4 and 5 episodes, no, actually, really just the first 4, I think were the strongest part of it. And then I did feel as though it it just
and then
I just think it just went downhill from there. And I wasn't all that keen about the ending and the final couple of episodes. But we'll get onto that. Is there anything you guys want to say spoiler free before we get into it?
I don't know. It's really tough because the only really stuff you can talk about non-spoiler is just them getting together.
Yeah,
because you already know that happens.
What do we think?
We can kind of talk about the story a little bit.
Well, what do we think of the fight scenes? I mean, compared to all the other series, I thought they were really good. I thought
Luke Cage improved. Jessica Jones. I kind of about the same.
I felt like they didn't really know what to do with her character.
I agree with
that.
There's
lots of jokes about her not knowing kung fu. Like, am I the only one in New York that doesn't know
karate
kung fu and stuff? Oh, karate, that's it. Yeah, and she just ends up like just punching people.
No,
or grabbing them.
What she ends up doing is pushing bins against doors.
Yeah, or picking up furniture. That's
that does happen in actual fights. So when you get like someone that's untrained, someone that goes against someone who's like black belt and multiple different things, they don't know how to react because they're used to people attacking in a certain way because everyone's trained the same. Obviously, they have their own styles and they take different parts of different martial arts. But when you get like a dirty street fighter that goes up against someone that's got like a black belt in kung fu, granted, the chances are the guy who's kung fu expert is going to win, but it's harder for them to know what they're going to go through.
Yeah. As I say, I thought they were good. I thought the fight scenes were good. I just like that they were definitely an improvement on what was in Iron Fist for sure. Like the Iron Fist ones just felt a bit stilted and kind of just a bit like they just weren't as good as like the Daredevil ones, for example. And Jessica Jones doesn't really fight people in her series.
I do think that Iron Fist is probably the weakest character. Like, I think his acting is the weakest.
No, I think I completely agree. And it's funny, right? So this is what I was thinking, because he's English, the actor.
So Charlie,
as is the guy who plays Matthew Murdock is also English.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Very, both very strong English accents in real life. But
Luke Cage is white as well.
Oh my god! Yeah. I had my suspicions. Honestly,
but the
sorry, I threw you off, didn't I?
It's fine.
So they're both English.
But the characterization of Matthew Murdock, it was much better than the characterization of Iron Fist.
I think maybe because he's got less to go on, he can do more with it. If that makes sense.
Well, maybe, but I mean, he just didn't feel. Do you know what it was?
No, I mean, like Charlie Cox with Matthew Murdock and Daredevil. Because he's got less to go on because he's blind, so he doesn't have to take into account a lot of other things.
But the Finn Jones, I think, plays Danny Rand. I think that's his name. I got airs of Orlando Bloom, kind of that almost
flat acting.
And you know that
he does the same voice when he's talking seriously about something.
And he screws his face up and he pulls funny faces.
It's like a toddler.
Like reaction shot. You know, like he
hold the light bulb.
You're the light bulb, I thought there was a really good effect actually in his fist. Again, like they really went all out with the effects. Like it was good. Okay, cool. Well, let's stop the spoiler free and then let's go straight into spoilers. So if you haven't seen it,
all in,
or if you're like Martin and you've only watched 5 episodes,
but you want to know,
I'll time code it below. So we'll go on to the next section afterwards in the description and all that stuff. So, but we are going spoilers now into the Defenders. So
big spoiler warning.
Big spoiler warning. Spoiler ahead.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler.
We'll say spoiler a few more times.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alarm.
And spoiler.
Daredevil dice.
But he doesn't though, does he?
He's coming back to life, isn't he?
So Martin doesn't know this, but they have this big fight scene.
Should we jump into that now?
Yeah, let's fuck it. No, let's go because
we're here now.
I just like doing that, like because people are like, oh no, I can listen to a bit of the spoilers.
No, they can't. No, you've ruined it. You've ruined it for them. But so that ending, right? So there's that right. So the first, I feel like the first half of it was building to this like, ooh, what's at the bottom of the hole? What are they doing there? What are they doing? Oh, there's a man-made dome. Ooh, what is it? And then they open it up, and there's a few bones.
Yeah, they open it up by Danny falling into it.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And then there's some bones, which presumably are dragon bones.
I don't know, but that's where they get their source of power.
That's the substance. The substance is ground dragon bone, but I presume they're dragon bones because he says Shaolin, and Shaolin is the dragon that he punches to get his Iron Fist. But it's not explained that they're in a dome, and apparently when you take all the bones away, New York will crumble.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's not explained as to why. It just annoys me. And then they die, and it's a sacrifice and all of that. And of course, he wakes up all battered and bruised, and then the nuns go,
Maggie.
Go tell her that he's awake.
Is it Maggie? Was that what they said?
No, I think they said go tell her that he's awake. And is it her as in Madame Gao, or is it her as in Electra?
Oh no, it wouldn't be Madame Gao, because that's where he when he first had when he had the accident and lost his sight. That's the same nunnery that he.
Okay, well that's what I thought. But yeah, okay. So, but who saved him? Because Gao definitely did not die.
Well, that's the thing. It's the same with anything. If you don't see them die on screen, apart from Agent Coulson.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
If you don't see them die on screen,
but definitely all
dead.
the members of the Hand died except for Gao. I mean, all of them are dead and gone. So, the death of Sigourney Weaver really, really, really pissed me off, and that was at the end of episode 6. It was the first 2 episodes, and Electra, the Black Sky, taking over because she wants to live forever. Sorry, Martin, spoilers.
Go for it. Well, we're here.
But that's when the story for me just took a massive nosedive. Like I just didn't understand where they were going, why that happened, what was Electra's motives other than she wanted to live forever. There was no.
She didn't really have anything like to fight for it, other than to live forever.
Yeah,
like everyone else had been alive for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So, this is what they're used to. This is what they were like born to do as such.
Yeah.
And she's just like, she was recently born again.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh yeah, I kind of like this.
And she pretty much only killed him because she couldn't remember Daredevil's name. Yeah. That was it. And then like she got pissed off about the fact that she couldn't remember Matthew Murdock's name, but then has a massive fight and wants to kill him. I don't think
it wasn't that she didn't remember his name. She didn't know that Daredevil was Matthew.
Well, maybe
because they only ever knew him
as the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Yeah. So I liked the 5 fingers of the hand. I thought they were all good. I thought it was a bit of a cop out that Bakude was one of them from Iron Fist. Like I would have liked to have seen another.
Yeah, I didn't know that because obviously I hadn't got to that part in Iron Fist.
Right.
So when he turned up, and then obviously they had a little conversation.
Right. Sure. Okay. He plays a major part in the second half of Iron Fist, and he I just would have liked to have seen them have another character other than him as a but it kind of made sense.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this character that we've seen in the other series. Well, he's actually one of the 5 fingers of the hand.
Yeah, he's already died once.
Yeah. But I like the fact that finally we get the exposition. Like Stick tells the story in episode 4 of the Hand, and that they wanted to live forever, and they got expelled out of Kunlun and all of that. I thought that was brilliant.
My one question about the Japanese finger.
Yeah.
He speaks Japanese all of the time.
Yes,
they all understand Japanese. Don't bother to speak back it.
Yeah, no, I feel
like.
Well, I think it's kind of like he's honouring his ancestry as such.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. He can speak English, but he chooses to speak.
Well, he understands because they're all speaking
and obviously
English
they
the
understand
time.
as well because they've known him for centuries.
Yeah. Oh no, that's a good point.
And I thought he was one of the most interesting.
I liked
them
him.
all.
He
was cool. Like that scene where he's gutting the
pulling
bear.
the bear. Yeah.
Actually,
that's a good
scene,
introduction to him as well.
Yeah, and that scene was
he's like
so
holding
good.
a stomach. Or
like, I just thought that was really good. And I quite liked that him speaking Japanese and Sigourney Weaver answering in English.
Do you think it's? No, obviously it's not, but it would have been. Nah, that's fine.
Nah.
I'm just gonna move past it.
Okay, sure.
I answered the questions in my head.
Okay, sure. But I thought that was a good introduction. So my 2 favourite episodes were episode 3 and episode 4. So when they all come together, that bit in the office building, because I love coincidences in films when they're done right, and the fact that all 4 of them were there at the same time because it had been building, and it was so perfectly signposted in the first 2 episodes. Like, oh, you need to go here, and you need to go here, and then they were investigating it, and then I just thought that was really good that they all ended up in Midland Circle in that building.
I was thinking though, how does Luke Cage turn up?
Well, because he gets told, doesn't he, that they're recruiting or something, and that he follows the White Hat, who he was a cool hand at their finger as well. Actually, he was really good.
Didn't they say like
African warlord
when obviously Stick was telling telling them about him, saying like, "Don't get too close to him because it'll slow your heartbeat down."
Yeah,
but then just didn't do anything with that.
Yeah,
and
what was that?
yeah,
I
there
didn't
was,
understand.
and then he was fighting Luke Cage, wasn't he?
I thought he was going to do it now. He's going to do it now.
He was going to yeah, but in the end he didn't. Luke Cage just got knocked over by a bus or a truck.
Yeah,
and
it was
the
like a
next
garbage
scene
truck.
we see,
He comes back with him.
he comes back and he's in the back of the van. Yeah,
I don't know how.
It's like there was a scene missing almost.
Well, it's not even that. If they just took that line out, it would have been fine.
Yeah,
But it's just they said this, like, introduced him, like,
yeah.
you know, you don't get too close to him because of you within however
But,
many
but
feet.
it's the same with the Mukdo, the Japanese hand.
Murakami.
Was it Murakami? Was it? Oh, brilliant! Thank you. He Stick says yeah, you know, he's a evil piece of work, and when he turns up, all hell breaks loose, type thing. And you see him fight once, and then the rest of the time he's just a bit grumpy and a bit moody. He's like a moody teenager most of the time.
You see him get chucked about the first bit of fighting he does.
Yeah, he gets slapped and then he's just unconscious.
It was kind of the same with Black Sky as well, though. She was like, "This is going to be the most powerful thing we've ever made," and blah 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 blah. And the first couple of fight scenes you see her, she's just like any other.
She runs away most of the time,
and then Iron Fist just punches her sword.
Hasn't really got to a
fully
full
awakening.
power
Well, yeah, maybe. So there were just moments like that, but I loved how they all came together in that episode 3. I loved that fight scene in the office.
That was really cool,
really good, particularly because I loved the Danny Rand going up and I'm Danny Rand, I'm a billionaire, and I'm going to find you, and I'm not going to fight you, I'm going to get you with money.
Yeah.
And then Sigourney Weaver's like, yeah, but we're just going to fuck you.
Yeah.
And then Luke Cage it was perfect. And then with Daredevil coming in and Jessica Jones who are you? And just picking up guys and just throwing them into walls and
and everyone's like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I kind of like the little really small homage to obviously the corridor fight scene. Obviously, we saw it in the trailer, and it went on for a little bit longer as well.
But it was actually, I think it looked really bad in the trailer. But actually, when it was cut together in that scene, it actually looked a hell of a lot better. Yeah.
I did spot the Iron Fist doing that. You know, he did that zigzag thing we pointed out.
But actually, when you watch that in the episode, it didn't look as bad.
It didn't look
in the trailer. I think they used an extended shot, so they see him doing this. But when you saw it on the show, it just cut to that bit where he just ducks and then runs and I love the bit that throughout that fight scene, Jessica Jones just wants to leave. Yeah, so she's pressing the elevator and someone's in her way and she gets out of it. But really, really good, really good. And then see episode 4, which I think was my favourite, just when they were all getting to know each other. And just that whole... They nailed the dynamic of all 4 characters, I thought.
Yeah.
Just how they do. They just
I
played
thought
off
chemistry
each other.
between all of them was really good as
well. Yeah. And the whole, Matt Murdock not wanting to show his face and all of that. And then
trust them. And
they were just like, what the fuck? Come on, just take it off. We don't care.
Yeah. And then Jessica Jones, I know you're the devil of Hell's Kitchen. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm a private investigator. Yeah. You're a blind lawyer that can fight. Yeah. You
ran up a wall.
Yeah. I'm not stupid. Yeah. I just thought that was really good. The supporting characters from the other shows, I thought they put them in really well. They weren't just forced in. They all had their own little storylines. They were genuinely worried about their own individual counterparts. And I loved that bit at the end when they're all walking back into the police station. It's this is the Jessica Jones cast, and this is the Daredevil cast, and this is the Luke Cage cast, and actually, no, someone's not coming back. I just thought it was really...
They did the kind of the same thing at the end of fucking the Star Wars, when no one has spoke to Chewbacca.
Oh, yes.
They all walked in and stood around them.
Yes.
Hugging each other. Oh, look, we're all fine. We're all fine. Ah, yeah, you're not.
No, yeah. You've lost your best friend.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
10 out of 10.
But that, actually, funny enough, just on a complete tangent here, but did you know J.J. Abrams he admits that he completely missed that.
Yeah.
He was in response to the fact that Leia comes up and hugs Rey but doesn't hug Chewie, he was like, yeah, until that was pointed out to me, I completely missed it. And I'm so sorry. Because that's not the type of thing, he would have put her in there. But
yeah.
Oh well. But no, it was good. And as I say, the fight scenes, they were much, much better.
Apart from the last episode. I didn't like the fight scene in the last episode.
And the thing is,
any of it.
It was all dark. It was a bit too dark, I think. It was a bit too quick and fast. There was lots of that bit where they walk into the parking garage. Sorry, Martin again. And
he's done this himself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't apologise.
And Daredevil's like, there's 3 of them. And they're like, are they armed? They're like, yeah, it's the worst 3 or something like that. And it's the 3 fingers.
Yeah.
And they have the fight scene and like Gal's like pushing stuff with her chi around and stuff like that.
Like Chris Evans in the movie Push.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was like that. And it just didn't, I don't know. To be fair, to the other fight scenes, it just wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, not just that fight scene, but obviously the fight scene underground as well. Yeah. But my favourite part about those 2 fight scenes is when people punch Madame Gao in the face. It's just fucking hilarious. Just an old woman just getting punched in the face.
And taking it as well.
Just like clock her in the jaw.
Yeah.
I just found that so funny. It's like when toddlers fall over. Like...
And the little fight scene between all 4 of them, they have like their little Civil War moment.
Oh, yeah.
Which escalated really quickly. And it's like, so they decide, you don't know this, but basically they figure out that the Hand need Danny Rand, the Iron Fist, to open this door that they found that will helpfully lead them to eternal life.
The door to the dome.
The door
He's
to the
going to punch it open.
where all the dragon bones are in. But it's not really described or seen, or it's really bad. Anyway, so he's like, oh no, but this is my fight, and I've been fighting them, and it's my destiny. And they're like, yeah, but we're going to take you, and we're going to hide you. And then suddenly, within like 2 minutes, that leads into them like just fighting each other.
But they just take it in turns as well. They just watch each other fighting.
That's it. Yeah.
And then Jessica just walks over and she's like,
yeah. So sorry about this. Boom. Although there is a funny moment where they're all on the floor. And like Danny Rand gets up and he starts to like crawl away, and Murdoch just grabs his leg, just the last ditch, and he falls flat on his face. It's just quite funny. I definitely saw the stick twist coming. I thought that was pretty obvious that he was gonna want to kill Iron Fist.
Oh right, yeah.
Like that was, but really good. Paul Weller in that character, really really good. Like I think that character was good. I enjoyed him.
Yeah, no, he was. Yeah, he was a lot like more rounder character than what you've seen before.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. He's only ever just come in for a couple of episodes and then disappeared. And you're like, oh, who the fuck is he? Are you going to learn more about him this time? Like, I remember when he turned up again in Daredevil season 2, and I was like, finally, we're going to hear more about it. Yeah. And you're
not going to hear anything else now, questions.
And it was good this time that we actually got the full story and the whole complete package. And it was good.
One thing that really annoys me about when, obviously. Have you seen him in? You would have got. Yeah, you've got to that bit. He chops his hand off, right?
Oh yeah, to escape. That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
but I hate it in movies and TV programs when they deliberately cut someone's hand off, but then it's just the worst prosthetic ever. Like the arm's three times too long.
Yeah, no, his was like significantly longer than his other arm.
His arm without a hand is longer.
It's because they spent all the CG on Iron Fist's hand. That's what it was.
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. Like. I don't understand.
Although but when they were sitting around the table, his hand was convenently all the time underneath.
It would have been absolutely fine. He didn't have to have it like dangling down. If you strap it to his chest, you're not going to notice.
That's true.
There's ways around it. It's just,
and he probably would have preferred that to fight with as well, rather than having like this useless appendage.
Obviously, because he used to be right-handed.
Yeah,
which is why he looked really odd using his left hand.
Yeah,
he's obviously right-handed in real life as well. You can tell. But it annoys me when they do that.
Yeah, but I agree. But it was a cool scene, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was really good. I really liked it.
Die here tonight, old friend. He's like, nope. Chop my hand off.
I'm gone.
Escape.
Well, it was cool because
through the air ducts.
The lighting was like flickering and all this stuff. It was really cool.
Although I don't understand why Elektra, how he managed to not.
He just headbutted her.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, I'm gone.
Yeah, and then slice the hand off. Yeah. So one thing that I really, really, really wanted to see, and we were teased it, was Sigourney Weaver fighting. And like when Elektra was first pulled out of the vat, have you seen this bit? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
she does like a
flip. She tries to attack her, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm going to just flip you over here and do this." I really, really wanted Sigourney Weaver's character.
I wanted to, but I feel like that would have been worse than the actual fight scene at the end of the series.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think it would have been really bad.
I don't know. I think
it would have been too obvious that there was a younger person actually doing it.
Maybe.
I think the shots would have been.
I just felt like because there was that moment where who was the Japanese character again? The Murakami. When he turns up. And he's like, tonight's going to be your last night. And he starts to put on the gloves. Yeah. And he's like, I'm like, here we go. We're going to fight. They're going to have a fight. And then Elektra just comes in with Iron Fist. I'm like, oh, because she's like, told ya.
Yeah, I wanted either like them to have a fight then, or her just to like, because obviously you saw that Madame Gao could like push people,
powers, yeah.
and then she could have just crushed his hand as he was putting a glove on or something without actually touching him.
Just have done something. Like,
just like push him to the ground.
Because she starts to get ready. She stands up. She takes her jacket off. She's like, fine, if you want to do this, you're going to regret this, but that's fine. We're going to do this. Let's go. Let's rumble. And then it just doesn't happen. I'm like, oh, gosh.
That's annoying.
It is. It was. I was disappointed. And I was disappointed that she got... The story just didn't have a satisfying ending for me. That's the thing. The first few episodes were really good, really full of mystery. I think they were really building it up well. And just the final 2 episodes, from the moment she killed Sigourney Weaver, it was just that's when it really started. Because then it was they didn't really have any purpose. They didn't have any direction.
Yeah.
You never really understood why there was an earthquake as well at the beginning. Presumably because they were blowing open something.
Yeah, I guess they were just blowing the way through.
But then
maybe they were just trying to blow the way through.
But then why did that cause an earthquake? I mean, there's just... And where were the dragon bones from? And what was the dome? Because we didn't really see the dome. We just saw 2 tunnels.
Well, didn't they kind of explain that was a doorway to Kung Lao? But it was leftovers of Kung Lao that was part of the...
But that's what I mean. But they didn't... But that's what I mean. They didn't explain it.
Yeah, they kind of dropped little bits and then...
Because it was all about the fighting. And it's you've spent 6-7 episodes full of exposition with lots of fight scenes in between, and now let's just go have a big fight scene, which, as you say, wasn't all that good.
I was so riled up for the fight scene. I was looking forward to a good 20-25 minute long fight scene or something like that, which it was, but it was shit.
Yeah, but I think by that point they didn't really know what to do with the because we'd already had the fight scene with all at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And they all had their own little roles in that and everything. But in this one, it was just you had the hero shot, and then it was... Well, no, actually, you had a bit of a fight, and then you had the hero shot, and then the Luke Cage music started.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was the most inappropriate song for that part of the movie. It was this proper hip-hop track, which is when Luke Cage is fighting, or when it's in the Luke Cage series, perfect, brilliant.
It seemed really out of place.
But it was really they were underground fighting for New York, the final battle, and this hip hop song starts, and it's
perfectly in line, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the thing is, the fight scenes weren't even. It was almost out of time as well.
Yeah, it was. There was all out of time. The wide shots that they kept doing was people waiting for their turn to do what they were supposed to do,
and it was just lots of running. There was some nice moments where there was a guy running to get the back of Daredevil, and Luke Cage just plows.
But that's what it should have been for a good 5 or 6 minutes straight. It should have just been that. You just 2 or 3 second parts where one guy's doing something, they knock him out. I wanted a brutal fight.
Yeah,
I wanted them to fight because
the Daredevil electro fight at the end was good.
Yeah.
It was just, it felt as though they didn't really know, because it was all cut from different angles as well. Yeah. And it was they didn't really know what to do. Yeah. It was I don't know, that's what it felt like.
Yeah, they kept saying fight for this city. This is our city. We don't want to lose it. We're trying to save it as such. And then they don't fight properly. They don't hit them as hard as they can. Obviously Luke Cage, if he punches someone, he's going to just annihilate him. And he doesn't, obviously I understand that he doesn't want to kill people, but he's not afraid to knock someone out. He can flick them. He can literally just flick a guy.
Go like that,
and he could knock him out. Jessica Jones knocked out Iron Fist, but whenever she was fighting anyone else, she was just pushing them over. Daredevil,
he's brutal.
He's a strong dude.
He will break arms and legs.
He's done it many times.
None of that. Yeah.
But no one broke a limb or anything. And the one time what's the Japanese dude again?
Murakami.
There we go. We just need a soundboard for you.
So I'm here.
When Iron Fist, he knocks him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leaves him.
Yeah.
Just walks off. Stamp on his face.
Yeah.
Just take it off. You're not on. You don't have to see it.
You are the sworn enemy of the Hand. Yeah. You've been talking about killing and destroying the Hand.
Because he's never once said that he doesn't want to kill people. Daredevil doesn't want to kill people.
There is that bit though where Luke Cage is like, "Hey, you don't need to kill people. You don't need to be this violent."
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Said you don't
to be
need
fair,
to kill.
there is a journey for Danny Rand on that. But I agree. No, but the thing is, when it comes to the Hand, that's what he put his fist into a dragon's molten heart for the one purpose of destroying the Hand. And here he is, just...
Yeah, he knocks a dude out and walks off. He literally
really.
just knocks him out and walks off.
Yeah.
And I'm just I just want to see that fight scene reshot, and then just all
to
go hard.
Blood, a bit of something like.
Well, I mean, I don't even care about blood. It doesn't have to be blood.
No, but just something to make
I just
it
want to
feel
see it
like
brutal.
it's more.
I want to feel like
Yeah.
them actually fighting for the city.
Although I did quite like the bit at the beginning of that scene where it was like, right, Gal's like, right, okay, come on then, I'll take you on fist, I'll take you on Iron Fist, and then she goes to punch him and she just gets blown back with everybody else.
Oh, that was a good bit as well in the first fight scene when they're all together. When Elektra goes to like chop up. And then he punches a sword, and it just kind of like disintegrates.
There was
through the door.
There was an audible yelp from me when that happened.
I heard that.
Smashed through. You did, there you go, yeah. And I loved I loved how Luke Cage and Iron Fist met as well. Like that bit in the alleyway
with the slow-mo punch in the face.
But before then,
it's just when he's just like trying to punch him, and he's just like slapping on the back of the head.
He does this. He does a flip. He's like, oh, and he just like. Boom, hits him down, and then he gets up. He's like, "Okay, cool. We'll do a different stance this time. We'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do this." Nope. Flick him down again. Yeah. And he's like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, the best bit
gets the fist.
The best bit when he like picks him up, and Danny's on the floor, and he like kind of stands up, like spins around, and he like slaps him on the back of the neck.
Yeah,
which normally would knock someone down, and he's just like, "The fuck, man."
Yeah,
like, this is just annoying. It's like Godzilla slapping at like. Yeah. The airplanes around him. He's just like
that was really good. It was really good, and I liked the Bakudo. What's her name? The girlfriend.
Well, Danny's girlfriend.
What's her name?
Carl.
No. Where Misty gets her arm.
Yeah, she loses. Oh yeah. The police lose her arm.
Poor, because of course in the comics, Misty Mundane has a cybernetic arm.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah! Of course she does.
So this is presumably leading into, and that moment when they're in the hospital at the end is like
he owns it. It's very high tech. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So I reckon she's going to have a bionic arm in the next Luke Cage series.
Yeah, I kind of when the two women obviously were sent there to like set the bombs off and everything. I was like, which one of these two is going to die? I turned to Jess. I was like, which one of these two are going to die? It's like one of these are going to die.
One of who? What the?
The Danny's missus or Luke's missus.
Colleen Wing.
Yeah.
That's who it was. Jeez.
I was like, one of these two are going to die. I really thought one of those were going to die.
Yeah, possibly.
But they didn't. Because obviously, Rosario Dawson.
Yeah. The night nurse.
She kind of needs to move out of the way because Jessica Jones and Luke Cage are going to get together and have a kid.
Well, they traditionally do. So I wonder how they're going to deal with that.
So I thought maybe she's going to die. And then that's kind of what's going to like trigger everyone to like go completely mental. And just destroy the hand. Yeah. But yeah, she didn't. So she's...
But that's the it's interesting how they. But I just the fight scene was good, and having seen Iron Fist, it was a nice kind of conclusion to Colleen Wing's kind of character arc that she managed to kill her sensei, the guy
twice.
Twice. Yeah. Who kind of brought her into the fold and all of that. So. No, it was good.
Yeah, he just got like shot like 4 or 5 times by Misty and was fine as well.
And was that a totally
But like, whenever anyone else has been injured, like
I don't know,
because at that point he hadn't taken any more of the stuff.
Something about maybe being so old that when you get shot by a bullet, you just don't even feel it. Maybe I mean I don't know. But that's what I mean. There was a lot in those last 2 episodes that was just not like they took their time and explained the story in the first half of the season. And then it just, that was my only criticism of it because I was really into it up until the final 2 episodes.
Yeah, because it seemed like he stayed up on the ground floor. Yeah. Well, the rest of the hand were in the basement.
Well, that's because he had a vendetta with her, which
he didn't know that she was definitely going to be there.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it was almost like an excuse just for them to.
I think it would have been good if like he was downstairs with them, took some of the fucking drink or whatever it is they're doing to themselves to live longer. Then went upstairs when obviously everyone else turned up because he would have been like, I know she's going to be up there. Went looking for her, and then that could explain when he gets shot like 3 or 4 times that he kind of heals really quickly because he's just taken some. Yeah. But for all we know, he hasn't taken any since last time he died.
Yeah.
Sigourney Weaver's dying.
They've used it all, haven't they? Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah. So like, I don't understand. There's some things that they kind of missed out. It seemed like they didn't tell the full story for some parts.
And also there's a lot of talk about the fact that Elektra, they used the last of the substance.
Yeah.
The last of the resource.
There's a shit ton.
But then the end of Iron Fist, Bakudo dies, and then obviously presumably gets resurrected because he's in this.
Yeah.
But that is set after the end of Daredevil, because at the end of Daredevil, the building is being built, and obviously then it's built, and this carries on almost. I think they say, don't they? Iron Fist says that like, we've been searching for 2 months since the end of the last one. So someone had some of this magical substance somewhere.
Well, maybe they all had their because obviously they were never together. There was the first time they've been together in like.
Or maybe
decades.
they all had their own secret.
Yeah, they all had their own amount, and they've got like people
Yeah.
that kind of look after them to an extent. So obviously she had like the main load of it and was like divvies that out every couple of decades or something.
Sure.
And then kind of just like used it all.
That whole kind of like immortal, like family. That I loved that part of it. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, I thought
I almost wanted them to get the powder at the end and for them all to survive, because I just love. I like it when the bad guys win, and because for me the story took such a downturn. I was rooting for the bad guys at the end. I really hope that Madame Gao has got her case full of dragon bones that's going to help her last for another 1,000 years.
They stocked a few of them up.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, so that's obviously they've got some, and I'm pretty sure she's the only surviving member of the Hand now as well. So although I would like to see Sigourney Weaver's character come back, because I really did like her character, but I think she's dead.
I think she's definitely dead.
Unless Madame Gao decides to bring her back, maybe.
Why would she?
Well, I don't know.
Does the body need to be intact to be resurrected?
I don't think so. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of the heads being chopped off.
Yeah.
So.
That seems the way that they kill them straight away.
Yeah, that's it.
The White Hat,
boss,
and then fucking what's his face?
But then does Madame Gao save Makudo?
No, she watched him die.
Bakuto?
No, the
Murakami.
Murakami, Jesus.
No, she watched him die.
Do you reckon? Because it's like he's like, what's this?
Because
like,
then she knows that she has all the power. Then
that's it. Yeah,
maybe it's kind of like Jet Li the One.
Yes.
When all when all the rest of the 4 fingers die, she's like the full power.
She just absorbs. It's like the end of Highlander. Like it's the quickening. All the immortals are dead, and now I'm the most powerful immortal.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Brilliant. Any other thoughts? Any final thoughts on anything that you want to say that you've missed out that you haven't said? What did you think to the ending, Martin? No.
The ending. Well, it's not even worth watching after that.
Annoyed me. The fact that I understand that Daredevil was trying to like bring back Elektra, so she's not like the.
Yeah.
But every time that
he didn't.
They were in the same room. It's the same thing happened when they were in the fucking. The building at the beginning, he runs off of her. When they're in the restaurant, he runs off of her.
Constant. And my girlfriend said the thing as well at the end. She was like, because there's a moment where they go, "Oh, he sacrificed himself for New York," and my girlfriend was like, "Yeah, but he didn't have to.
Yeah,
he could have escaped with everybody else. He could have done.
Yeah,
like Elektra was pretty much unconscious on the floor. Like he could have just.
It's not like he was fighting her to keep her down there.
Yeah,
they were fighting to stay down there, and they kept going in and out of like. Kissing each other and then they were punching each other. It's like I forgot the worst CGI was when the building came down. Like I've seen the 9/11 footage. I know what happens when a skyscraper falls down in New York. That is not what happens when a skyscraper falls down. They're all about 25 meters away from it.
Yeah, they're literally just outside of it, and like there's no smoke. There's like
also with C4 there's no fire. It's like grenades. There's no fire with grenades.
And there were explosions all the way up the building as well. It's like, what? They dropped the ball a little bit on that. But that's, I think, as I say, I think they just used all their best ideas in the first half of the series. It wasn't, as I say, it wasn't bad. I feel like I'm criticising it a bit too much.
Yeah, I feel like we shat on it quite a lot.
Yeah, but it was good still.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah. There was just, 5 or 6 points. Improve the end fighting. Yeah, the last 2 episodes just changed the fighting. Short, quick.
Just and for me, a little bit more explanation of the story, and it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the Defenders 2, whenever that may be. I feel like they've laid some good groundwork.
Would it be the midfield?
Midfield.
Oh,
you made a sports joke. Sports. Right, on that bombshell, there are 4 members of the Defenders plus Stick as an honorary member. Kind of, but he's dead. So 4.5.
He's done.
So sorry, Stick dies.
Not
really
the Stick.
Anyway.
Stick.
Not the Stick. So out of 4.5, how would you rate it? Me personally, I'd give it a good solid 3.
I was going to say 3.5.
It wasn't it was, as I say, it wasn't amazing. Like, oh my god, this is good. Although I thought the first 4 episodes
It started off so strong,
Yeah.
and I was so excited for the rest of it.
Yeah, but it also wasn't. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Turn it
Yeah.
off. Like it was above average ever so slightly. So out of 4.5, I think 3's a.
Yeah, 3.5
Yeah.
for me.
Sounds good.
What about you?
What I've seen-
From what you've seen.
From what I've seen, it's probably more of a 4.
Yeah, there
you've
you go.
seen the
Yeah.
good parts,
See,
yeah.
he's seen half of it, and
Yeah.
he reckons, yeah. So there we go.
I would say finish it.
Yeah, you kind of shat all over it now, though. And I'm like,
Yeah, I feel like I
know.
really shat
Because
all
I'd
over
like you
it.
to watch it,
No,
the rest
I
of it, and
probably
then
will.
let us know what you think to it next week, maybe.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
that we've like
Like, give me
beaten
your
down the
homework.
expectations, you're like, this is going to be terrible, and you go and you're like, fucking hell, this is
Right,
this is
this
Tron, not Tron Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, gosh. If we want to shit on a film, we can shit on
Yeah,
Tron
right.
Legacy. But yeah, no, watch it. That's your homework. Is watch
Yeah,
the rest
yeah,
of it
yeah.
this week. Because you don't have to
You
binge
didn't do
You
it
can
last
just-
week,
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. But
but you've only got you watch
3
episode 5
episodes
to
left?
6, 7, 8. You've only got 3 episodes.
Yeah,
left.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you
So-
can do that.
It's
it's
not
like a
evening.
long film. You know, it's like a Chris
Yeah,
Nolan
yeah.
film.
It's like watching
except worse.
Dunkirk again.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
there you
can
go.
close my eyes and pretend it's Dunkirk.
Yeah,
So there we go. That was the Defenders. So that was the Geekstation's view and take on the Defenders. So
yeah. I just want to. I did enjoy it. I feel like I shat on it for the last 20
Yeah, no,
minutes.
so
but
I just said it. But that's
I
what
did
this,
enjoy
this
it.
We're picking up, but we said the things we liked
Yeah.
about it as well. The things
Yeah.
that just made us go, "Oh my god, this is amazing." Jessica Jones grabbing the lift. That was cool. Thought
yeah,
that was like,
yeah, and they're like, "What the fuck
What the-
is going on?"
yeah.
So stop staring, just start
Yeah,
climbing.
that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's, like it was good. Like their dynamic was brilliant.
Yeah, the characters and how
characterization
they
and stuff,
work
yeah.
with each other was brilliant.
And like the bit
It's
where
just-
she's like, "Come on, what was it Ironclad?"
Yeah,
Like that.
yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, "It's Iron Fist." She's like,
It's like,
"Yeah, I know."
She's like, "I'm having a jab at you, man. Come on."
Mm.
Because they always make the joke like, because he always goes, "I'm the
Yeah, I'm the
Iron
immortal Iron Fist.
Fist." Yeah, I'm the immortal Iron Fist. She's
they're like, "What?"
He tells everyone.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
And actually, I love Jessica Jones. Like the whole time, she's like, "Really? Like,
So-
what?
I
just so
don't wanna do
cynical.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is all a load of bollocks."
I
And
just
then,
want to
like,
go looking for like missing people.
Yeah,
I don't want to
that's
like
it, yeah.
fucking have to defend.
yeah, you're the immortal
Oh.
Iron Fist, and I just want to look after my client.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
know, like,
There's all that
She's like-
stuff
she's
like
like, I didn't
about
want
the
to take on the
dragon.
case.
Like,
Yeah.
There's dragons, and she's like, "I'm done."
yeah, that's yeah.
That's why I felt like parts of it were a bit jarring, like where the other 3 characters were fairly set in reality, whereas the Iron Fist is quite outside of that. And
Yeah.
that's
They
one
kind
thing
of
that
like
brought-
poke at him about that as well.
But they do,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
what's so
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
And
it's really good.
And they do that mixing of the mysticism and the real life really well.
Yeah, because everyone's like, "Yeah, I could
Yeah.
explain it to you, but you're not going to believe me."
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
what
The
fucking
whole way
point?
through, it's
Yeah.
like the cops like, "Tell me." It's like, I can't.
This
'cause you
dude's
think
fist
I'm crazy.
glows.
Yeah, it's like,
and
yeah.
there's like a hole that goes underground.
Yeah, and there's people that live forever.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. That was good.
Yeah, this
I did
guy, I
enjoy that.
killed him.
Yeah.
But he's alive again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was yeah. They did that very well. Very, very well. So there we go. That was the Defenders. What are we talking about next week? We're going to talk about Death Note next week.
Death
Definitely.
Note.
So
Yeah.
Death Note is out next week.
Another Netflix thing.
So do we know how many episodes there are on that?
I thought it was just.
Isn't that
Oh
film?
no, it's a
Yeah,
film.
it's a
isn't
film,
it?
yeah.
Of course it is. Yeah, yeah. And we can talk about the whitewashing of Death Note.
The whitewashing.
The director's actually come out and spoken about that, and I'll
Is there a lot? I thought it was set in America.
It is, yeah. But then it's, taking a Japanese story and making it American. And
people
now
are always
there's all
just gonna
this-
have that
They're always
argument.
going to do that. But we can talk about that next week. So next week we'll be watching the Death Note, which Martin will definitely watch. We know this
Yeah.
because it's.
I'm excited to watch
your
it. I
thing,
know
isn't it?
nothing about it, other
There
than
you go.
the brief discussion we had
Sure.
a few weeks back. So
Well,
I'm
that'd be
excited. I
so
want to
good.
look. I want to
Yeah.
watch it.
I mean, I'm
'cause it's
excited
good.
about it. If anything, just for William Dafoe as the Death God. I just think
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I do kind of. Did you see Ghost in the Shell?
The film Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, I actually watched that the other week.
How was
Yeah,
it?
That was awful.
Really?
So it was quite nice to see the characters from, because I actually never seen the Ghost in the Shell movies. I've only seen Standalone Complex.
Okay.
So it's quite nice, which is a series based off. Yeah,
It's fine.
you
I'll
don't
just,
know,
I'll just,
yeah, yeah.
I'll just be like
But
Martin
so it
was
was
for the last
quite
20
nice to
minutes.
see the characters in like 3D,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
like real people, and like the setting was beautiful. The film was just
Not
crap.
great.
Yeah, it just wasn't very good.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, okay.
And
I was wondering whether to.
I get the whitewashing argument. Don't get me wrong. I understand that, but in the context of of what they were doing, because like the guy, the character. Do you know the films quite well?
I've watched it a while ago.
It's like the guy who's head of Section 8 or Section 9 or 11 or whatever it is.
Some section.
Like he's a Japanese actor and he just speaks exclusively Japanese in the entire thing, and that's really cool. And it's set in a future where kind of all these cultures have merged together anyway. So you would have some Japanese speaking people, you would have some English speaking people. Like it's not that. I mean, and there are white characters in Ghost in the Shell anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't really. I'm not. Anyway, I don't know. It's a different story. It's a different.
I think it's a different argument.
Social justice warriors that like get offended for people that they expect to be offended.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like where all those arguments start.
Mm-hmm.
It's like with
it's political correctness just gone way too.
It's like when the female doctor came out. I saw maybe 2 people complaining that there's going to be a female doctor, and everyone else was like kicking off about people complaining, even though I didn't see anyone else.
That's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah,
it's like they're getting offended for people.
Has it though? Yeah. Has it really? Yeah, you're right. You make a good point, David.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
So I get a gold sticker to go on this gold suit that I'm still wearing.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to see
it's really hot in this gold suit.
Yeah.
I'm literally blinded by this point.
So let's just talk about what we've been reading, watching, playing this week. So you guys want to dive in?
I have, as per your recommendation last week, been watching Hannibal.
Oh, no way.
I've seen 2 episodes of that.
Oh,
really fucking love that.
I recommended it. I don't think David's seen it.
I haven't seen it yet, no.
You recommended it.
I did.
Really fucking good.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah. It was much better than I expected it to be good, but like a lot of the like whole psychological angle of it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and as the series goes on, it's even better because Hannibal starts helping him out on cases, and then like Hannibal gets involved with the cases.
I can see that happening. Like, he's sort of growing towards him. He's like, oh, this guy's like this weird.
And honestly, and like there's a moment. What are you shaking your head for?
Because I'm just so excited. It's bouncing off each other.
Like, and then you think, oh yeah, Hannibal, he's an evil character, and then there's something that happens halfway through season 2, and you're like, he is evil. Like he has no moral compass at all. Like
I am very worried that throughout the entire thing, whenever he invites people over to his house, he's feeding them people.
He is.
Of course he is.
And
there's always a bit like
does that like spoil anything?
Has Lawrence Fishburne? No, not at all. No,
okay.
Not at all. Because there's a whole montage of what, like when he's like he has this recipe book that he flicks through. So we'll be flicking through it and you'll pull out a recipe and you're like, oh, that's a lovely recipe. And then you'll see him killing someone.
Oh, okay.
And then like he's preparing the lungs. Or
it's
he's
like the
preparing
juxtaposition of it, isn't it?
Yeah. Eddie Izzard's in it as well.
Is he?
Yeah. And he meets an end, I tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil it for you. No. Not how he
But you just told us he dies.
All right. His character died. Okay, that's a spoiler. But just...
More importantly,
I'm going to watch it because he's excited about it. He doesn't get excited about real world things.
That's true.
He only gets excited about cartoons.
Yeah, unless they've got really big eyes.
Yeah.
And
anime boobs.
Well, who isn't?
And Mads Mikkelsen.
Everyone right?
Mads Mikkelsen really encapsulates that character.
Yeah, very good.
Poor Lawrence Fishburne. Like he even invites Lawrence Fishburne's wife over, and they're all having a meal around the table.
There's like always a bit before they eat his food. They look at the meat and they go, "Damn, that's good."
Yeah, it's really good. And then he always goes like, "Oh yeah, it's this." Or there's even a moment where he goes, "Is this pork?" He's like, "Yes." Yeah. Just like you're an evil bastard.
Pork.
Other than Defenders, what have you been watching this week, David? Anything? Your week off?
Because I haven't really been on the internet, nearer TVs, so
sure.
I haven't really watched anything.
Nothing? No.
I don't think so. Nothing. Obviously, I've watched the new episode of Day 5.
Oh yeah, I need to watch that. I need to speak to you about that because your logins weren't working. But then I think it was actually a server issue with Rooster Teeth, actually, rather than anything else, because it kept saying, "Oh, oops, our servers are down." But yeah, and we'll talk. Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I'll log in for you in a bit.
Yeah, cool. Cool. Well, I haven't been watching anything really. I've been playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Yeah,
it's good, right?
I finally bought it. Finally started playing. It's really good.
Yeah.
I've been playing it with a couple of people from work actually.
Oh, really?
And yeah. And it's
call them out.
Yeah, Jack and Carl.
Oh, Homie.
Homie. Yeah, that's
Homie
right,
and Walker. Shouts out.
And it is really good. It's really tense and
what's your frame rate like? Because saw the video you put up and it seemed really.
Yeah, that's because I was recording at the same time. So that's why.
Okay.
So I realised that until I get a new PC or until it's optimized a bit more, I won't be able to record that, unfortunately.
Okay.
But yeah, no, that was only because I was recording. Normally, I get a solid, 30, 40 frames, which still isn't great.
Yeah.
But at least it's smoothish.
Okay.
So it's
Well, I mean, it's not going to jitter. So.
No, that's it. Yeah, but no, it's really good. It's definitely worth the hype.
Have you played the zombies version yet?
No, not yet. No,
Okay.
I haven't played any custom games. I've only put 2 hours into it or something. I've played
I've never played it.
games.
I don't have a
I've got,
PC to play it on.
kills.
But I've seen so many let's.
Well, it's the
plays of it
biggest
online.
game on game on the internet at the moment. I mean, it's got more players now than CS:GO, which was before that was like the highest rated game on Steam, highest played game on Steam, shortly behind or shortly after. No, that's the same. Dota 2 as well. Top 2 games. Like we're talking like millions of players, million concurrent players a day, and like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds just blown that out of the water.
What does Dota stand for?
Oh, do you know? I don't know this
Because I always see Dota written places.
I was thinking
because obviously I'm not a PC gamer.
No, I'm going to have to Google it because I can't remember.
What does Dota stand for?
It's hang on. Before I press enter, can I remember?
Destiny of the Angels.
Defense of the Ancients. There you go. Because
okay.
they have that ancient that you have to destroy.
I don't know anything about the game.
Okay,
No,
nice.
literally nothing.
Okay.
It's the same game as League of
lots
Legends.
I've played lots of Dota. I've
As soon as I'm
hundreds of hours into Dota.
As soon as I got enough money to
game.
get myself a PC, I'm gonna.
Don't play Dota if you get.
No, I'm not gonna play Dota.
Good.
But I just mean as soon as I get myself a PC, I'll be able to use Steam and.
Yeah.
I want to play Battlegrounds. To be perfectly honest with you, I've seen a lot of that.
So
it's
videos as
been
well.
coming out on Xbox
One,
and
isn't it?
I think PlayStation as well.
I think they announced Xbox with the implication that will be on PS4.
It will eventually.
It has to be. It's too big of a game to. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's soon actually. I think that's
pre-release, though, isn't it? It's still pre-release.
Yeah, it's still
not even
alpha, yeah.
Because there's still like because I saw someone was saying that they put an animation in recently, which people didn't know about.
Yeah.
So when you take tablets or something.
Yeah, I mean at the moment they haven't even got like vaulting animations.
Yeah.
It's like you jump.
You can climb on a wall now, can't you?
Oh, possibly, maybe.
I
don't know. Again, I've played like 5 games. Like all I'm saying is I've started playing it, so I'm definitely nowhere near an expert. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. So anything else to add? Anybody else have anything to contribute to the conversation?
I don't think so. I can't think of anything because I've literally been away from the internet.
You've been having a life this week, so that's understandable. Yeah,
hanging out with a wife.
Yeah, was that fun? Was that good?
Yeah, it was good.
Spent some good quality time.
We did. We went to a museum.
Oh, which one?
The Southampton Sea Museum.
Oh, okay. Is that where you've got a sticker on your your vaporizer? Of there?
Yeah. So I saw the Titanic thing.
Oh
shit! Yeah,
nice.
It was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. So it's got a list of all the people that worked on the Titanic and what they did and their names and everything. Because obviously a lot of them were from Southampton.
Yeah.
So I was looking for all the lookouts and just it's their fault. So
what are you playing at?
Yeah.
Why didn't you see the goddamn iceberg?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Now they were like, we could take it. It's not that big.
Yeah. I've seen the film. They did see it, but they were going too fast or something. They couldn't stop.
It's quite jarring, actually.
I bet
seeing
it is.
Because they've got a map of Southampton in one of the rooms, and there's a red dot for where where people lived.
Oh wow!
That obviously didn't make it.
Yeah.
And it's got like pocket watches that were in people's pockets and things like that as well.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's cool. If you're ever in Southampton, I think it costs like £9 you get the whole museum, and there was the
they used to have like
National
HMS
Graphic
Victory as well or something.
TV
in the same place.
photography winners of the year or something like that as well. Okay. There was like another thing that was going on there as well. Some really good photos in that.
Yeah.
But completely
like
off.
Great day out.
What we actually talk about.
It does. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. But
nice,
if you ever
nice
get a
day
chance,
out with the wife.
Yeah,
basically.
that's good.
Oh, good. I'm pleased. Anything else to add, Martin, to the conversation?
I haven't been to a museum.
You haven't been to a museum?
No.
How's your wife?
No. My wife is very well.
Good.
Which one?
The pillow. No.
Which one?
Which one?
Which pillow?
Anyway. So that's us for this week. I think that was our talk on the Defenders and all things.
I did like it. I didn't mean to shit on it as much.
I liked it as well. Honestly, we did.
Go watch it.
That's what we do here. Go watch it. Definitely.
Yeah, I'd recommend watching it.
And I would recommend watching the Daredevil season 1, 2, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist as well. They're all good. And did you see the little trailer for at the end of the credits of the last episode for the Punisher? There was a little.
No,
Punisher.
I didn't do that.
There's a little Punisher trailer at the end of the credits.
I heard the teaser trailer was out for it, but it didn't do that for me. It went straight into Death Note.
I'll show it to you after.
All right,
It's very
sweet.
So yeah, that was the Geekstation. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, where can everybody find you? You can find me anyway at Mr. Sin Cine. That's on Twitter, just in case you weren't sure. We also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/The Geekstation. David, you're on Twitter now.
I do, yeah. I've set up a Geekstation Twitter for myself.
So what's your handle?
It's just David TGS.
David TGS. So at David TGS.
Yeah.
Sure. And Martin, you're still...
I'm still not on, but I'm going to follow suit. And Martin TGS when available.
Sure, okay. And also, don't forget, we also have the YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Geekstation. Daily gameplay videos, as well as a version of this that goes up on Monday afternoons as well. And lots of stuff happening. We're actually going to be recording some games just after this to go up. So, check that out. Hit us a like, subscribe. If you're listening to this podcast on iTunes, please don't forget to give us a review, because that would be awesome and would also be our first one. So, be the first. Give us a review. Make sure it's
Martin will buy
5-star.
you a drink.
Yeah.
Martin will buy you a drink if you leave us a review on iTunes.
I will.
There we
I
go.
will.
There we go.
We could talk about this after, but I'm going to ask you now anyway.
Go on.
You were applying...
No, I not yet, but I will be soon. I didn't, because the quality of the sound on last week's episode wasn't
so
quite
going to nail it with this one.
That's right, yeah. So, anyway, they're all the places where you can find us. There'll be other places to find the podcast as well soon.
Have you explained why we might actually sound better in this episode as well?
Just because I figured out how to use the mixer, because I read the instructions.
Thank you.
So I'm hoping that this is actually the most perfect episode we've done so far. I think it's been sounding good anyway in my ears.
You sounded a lot better in my ears. Yeah.
Brilliant. That's what I aim to do, is to sound good in your ears.
It's like pouring golden syrup in my ears.
Oh, wait.
Golden syrup,
is that good or
golden
bad?
soup.
I'm not sure. I don't know. But anyway,
as long as
thank you very much for tuning in, guys. The only thing to say is it's goodbye from me.
It's goodbye from Sin.
It's goodbye from Sin.
Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Nice.